What's up, everybody, and welcome to Maximize. On this episode, I'm in the Sony building with executive Russ Jones, and we're going to get into it. Come on.
Rising up, here we go. No time to be afraid. They say it's impossible. And listen to what they say. They got me motivated. Oh yeah, I'm motivated.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Maximize the Business of You. On this episode, I got a special guest, man. He's behind the scenes, VP of Strategic Branding, Mr. Russ Jones. What's up, Russ?
What's going on, Max? How you feeling?
I really appreciate you doing this and, helping kids maximize their potential. This is what the show is about. So, first question, I'm just going to get right into it. So, what are your responsibilities here at RCA? Because we're at RCA, Sony Building. What are your responsibilities and what are you in charge of?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having me on your program. My responsibilities here mainly are network relations with the video networks, MTV, VH1, BET, Centric, Revolt, looking for ways to expose and maximize the exposure for our artists here on RCA Records. So that could be original programming, original content, award shows, various tempos that happen throughout the year, BET Awards, VMAs, Teen Nick, the Kids' Choice Awards, Soul Train Awards, etc. So really looking for opportunities for all of our artists across the board, rock, pop, hip-hop, R&B, inspiration, and just trying to mine opportunities within the networks, as well as look for opportunities for product placement to offset some of our costs, because we need that in the business right now.
Of course. It's tough, but I think it's turning around right now. So
Yeah,
I think
slowly,
that's a good thing.
slowly but surely.
Give me some of the artists that you've helped and developed and worked with.
Yeah, so currently RCA, I can say with pride that we boast the most diverse roster in the music business. So from your established megastar acts like Justin Timberlake and Alicia Keys, Jamie Foxx, Miley Cyrus, Pink, Kelly Clarkson, Chris Brown, Miguel, onto your developing artists or your just breaking artists like your Tinashes, your A$AP Fergs, Kid Ink, who's just coming off an incredible year, and I've just heard some new music that he's coming out with that is going to blow everybody's mind. So that's kind of what excites me more. It's always great to be around the established artists, the superstar acts, but I like working with the underdogs that need that extra push, that extra attention, to become best new artist 2016 or beyond.
That's when you put in your work. When you got to make something happen out of nothing.
That's right. Put your gloves on.
Get dirty.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So right now I'm just going to get into questions about your routines and who. This is the first question. Who was the first person that inspired you to be like, Russ, you need to don't do this, but I think this would be good for you? Who was like a person that inspired you and helped you dream to get to this level?
Yeah, I'll be honest. My father,
So was the best.
Absolutely. Yeah, we lost him last May. But I know, everything I've done and everything I've done in the past, made him proud. And, from the moment that I told him I wasn't going to pursue my education and I was going to take a job in the music business, and I expected when I sat down with my mother and father, my mother being a United Nations employee, my father being an educator, my father was going to be the one that, flipped out and said, it wasn't a good idea, but he was just 100% supportive from the beginning and really showed me what hard work is, coming from a very, very poor family, one of 6 siblings raised by only single mother in Brooklyn, to become, the head of the curriculum for his, area of the Board of Education. He implemented the chess program within his school, and it's now spread on to other schools. So just to see his hard work and his attitude and his positivity and the way he kind of took on adversity, through challenges, through good times and bad times, he was still consistent. And I think he's always been my driving force. But my driving force in the music business is probably, working with somebody like Clive Davis, who was the first chairman I really had a relationship and a rapport with, and this is, after decades of success at Arista Records and, Columbia. Even before that, I started working with him when he created J Records as the first instant major label. You remember,
of course,
in 2000, when we really broke the mold with Alicia Keys and Luther Vandross and bringing back Rod Stewart's career. And, to see him, I wasn't at an executive level back then, but just to work in and around him and see how somebody who was almost 70 years old, even back then, had the drive to get up every day,
right,
travel, hang out with the artists, go to dinner, sit courtside at the Knicks game, with Swiss Beats, but also go to the Hamptons with, whoever. So
yeah.
It's he was definitely that.
So he motivated you, inspired you.
Without question. And many more, but Clive comes to mind.
Right. So, in the music business, or in any business, relationships are everything. So how do you cultivate and maximize and just grow your relationships with your peers and with your colleagues?
I would say consistency comes to mind, consistency at several different levels. You want to keep in touch. You want to stay in touch with people and be consistent. So whether they have a job in which they can do something to benefit you, or they're out of a job and mean nothing to you in your, daily routine, you still want to maintain relationships with people. You want to make sure that you can follow through and commit to and follow through to something that you commit to. You want to be a man of your word.
Always.
And I think it just really falls under the umbrella of consistency. I think I've been able to, at least I like to think I've been able to maintain relationships, throughout my 17 years in this business. I still work in and around people I started in the game with. Some of them are at, media companies. Some of them are entertainment lawyers now. Some of them are working for film houses or, publications.
Right.
So, consistency is key in maintaining relationships.
Right. So I used to tell, I worked on 106 for 15 years, for a long time. And I used to tell the interns when they came in, I used to be like, your main job should be like meeting everybody, shaking hands, and if you could help them some way, and show them, your work ethic, to do that and start growing relationships, because you never know where all these people are going to. I've seen interns move up and, now they're running stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Without question.
So it's very important, my family out there, that you guys maximize your relationships, grow your relationships, and take your relationships serious, because it's a really important part of business and in life in general. So I have another question about, I know you had a son recently. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
So,
shout out to Malcolm Purnell.
So now that you have a son and a family, how do you balance work and family? Because, it's a thin line. You're a busy guy, you do a lot of things, and you're probably traveling all over the place. How do you balance that out?
Yeah, well, it's definitely been an adjustment. I think anybody that has children can attest to the major adjustment that it is. But it's been pretty incredible. He's 4 months old right now, so all the fun stuff is pretty much just starting to happen. I like to tell people the first 3 months you're just keeping him alive.
Exactly. It depends on you for everything.
Yeah. Now the smiles and the laughter and the grabbing stuff, tracking me when I'm walking back and forth. So it's been an adjustment. But my lady, she's incredible. She's patient. She's so smart. She was prepared, and she prepared me for all this as best as we can through apps and through articles and through, you speak to your grandmas, but you also speak to trained professionals, and kind of find somewhere in between when it comes to how you want to handle certain situations. So now, we went from heavy colic or very, very bad colic to early onset teething. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of excitement going on at the Jones residence right now.
It's exciting, man, and it goes by fast. So
that's what everybody says.
It really does. I have 3.
This moment right here.
I have 3, and just time when you see them start growing, it's just like bang, bang, bang. But it's a beautiful thing, and
they say, everybody says
I wouldn't change it for the world.
I was talking to DJ Camilo over the weekend. He said, enjoy them now before they can run away and before they can ask for money.
That's dope.
Yep.
That's awesome. So, what are your morning rituals to get you up in the morning and get you motivated to maximize your day? What do you like? Do you have a schedule? What do you How do you get your day going?
Definitely, yeah. I've learned recently, and I'm 34 now, but I've learned that it's important to keep a schedule, some type of regimen. It just helps you with balance. It helps you prepare yourself for the waves of things that happen throughout the course of the day. You know, the shock factors when you get that call about something that didn't go through, or the artist that's stuck in Tulsa but needs to be in LA for rehearsals for an award show. You know, so having that time to myself, also being there to spend time with my son in the morning before I leave for work, giving my wife a little support, and you know, taking the baby for a couple of hours. So I'd say, you know, I start my mornings early. I'm an early riser, so I'll spend 2 or 3 hours with the kid, you know, and then I'm off to the park with the dog.
What time you get up? Around what time?
I get up between 6:30 and 7 a.m. unless it was a super late night. But you know, I only need, man, five.
That's it, me too. All I need is 5 hours. I don't know why, but I do.
What's going on, man? What do they call it? FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah, I guess.
I got FOMO. So I start with the kid, and then I generally go to the park. We live near Central Park, and just in case you don't know, before 9 a.m. you can take dogs off leash in Central Park. So the whole freaking park is a dog run, right? So you know the dog's names, you don't know the parents' name, you don't know the owner's name, but you know the dog's names. So we usually start there, get a little workout on, you know, stretch, calisthenics, and, you know, just get stuff to get my mind right,
Clear your mind,
get my body right a little bit. And then
as far as your body, do you practice any meditation? Do you work out? Do you do any of that stuff?
Heavy cardio and stretching. Believe it or not, you know, I haven't graduated to yoga or Pilates yet, as much as my wife is into all that, and you know, she's training to be a pre and postnatal consultant and you know, trainer, so I'm picking up stuff from her. But I would say stretching is my form of meditation.
It's also, yeah.
So I think it's hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm getting my body loose, I'm getting, you know, relaxed and ready for the day to come, but also I'm you know, I'm staying healthy and meditating a little bit.
Good.
You know, so.
Good. I do Bikram yoga, so try that one day. It's awesome.
With you, man.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Get that guest pass.
We got to do that. All right. When you think of success, who's the first person that comes to mind to you?
When I think of success, I think of first comes to mind.
Bang.
Alicia Keys.
Okay, and why?
Because not only is she successful, but she's free. And when I say free, I just mean she's reached a point in her life and also career where she has the ability to set her own course. She has the ability to dictate her own time and schedule. A lot of that which she devotes to charity and, you know, philanthropical work, which I think is super important. And, you know, not everybody, I mean, granted, it's all relative. So, you know, you can invest half an hour a day and that is great, and it's, you know, it's something. But to really be able to be at a place economically, you know, financially, but also spiritually, that I do what I like. You know, we do what makes us happy. We do what feels right. You know, and since I was on the spot and she was the first one to come to mind, I don't think that's a bad you know, example there.
Nah, she's definitely not.
She's an amazing individual, you know, who still has so much more to conquer.
So much growing
in her life and in her career. You know, 2 beautiful baby boys now, you know, amazing husband. So I'd say Alicia comes to mind.
That's what's up, man. So, Russ, I really appreciate you being here and doing this. Maximize the business of you. Like I said, to all my people out there, Russ Jones is another example of a position, a job that he loves to do. It's exciting. There's so many different things that young people could do out there instead of being in front of the scene, being the main person out there. You know, that's great, but there's also other things and other avenues people could take. So remember, maximize, baby, the business of you. Russ Jones.
There's no antidote.